כל השנה הלכות בכל יום מובטח לו שהוא בדור הבא בעזרת השם. Today is the 23rd of Sivan, Monday, second day of the week, פרשת שלח. שלח לך אנשים לטור הארץ. A lot of people, it's כדאי to mention it now that we're on the video, 30 seconds, quickly. There are a lot of people who are, yapping all day. Why you live in Chutz La'aretz? Go to Israel, go to Israel. People don't understand that HaKadosh Baruch Hu sent us out of Israel for one purpose and one purpose only. It is to make Kiddush Hashem b'kol ha'olam, to sanctify Hashem's name. As you see today, Baruch Hashem, I get videos left and right from the Goyim doing things that are the most weirdest thing. What is the weirdest thing for a Goy to do? Is to give his money away out. Charity, left and right. Where does the Goy have this concept from? The Jews being in Galut. What is the connection to this parasha? The parasha says clearly what happened. Hashem says to Moshe, you may not enter to Eretz HaKodesh, right? Raphael. Hashem says you cannot go to Eretz HaKodesh. 40 years you must be wandering in the desert. And what did some wise guys decide to do? They know better than Hashem. They know better than Hashem. Hashem, you take it easy. You told us to go to Israel. We're going. Like the kids today. I want to punish my daughter or something. But you said like this. Hello. That was before you became more arrogant. You became more arrogant. Now I take away the other one. So Kadosh Baruch Hu told them, the whole purpose I take you out of Egypt is to go to Israel. But now what? Now that you misbehaved, you're not going to Israel. So you have to be in the desert for 40 years. Same thing here. We were sent to Galut, unfortunately. Now, this is not talking about somebody living a purpose. There's so much discussion about, can you live Eretz Yisrael? Can you leave to go somewhere else? Chas v'shalom, it's a big averah. Sounds like. Only people who were forced to Galut, like we were forced to Galut. We were born outside of Israel. So are we allowed to go back? Right? It says in the Pasuk, no. There's a Pasuk in the Navi that says, I'm going to bring you to Galut, and there you must live until I gather you. So it's a whole big discussion if we are allowed to just pick up and go. Right? Like many people today wish on us to do, pick up and go. I believe it's a campaign of Christians just to get all the Jews in one place, and they're spending hundreds of millions of dollars on advertising. Jews must go to Israel. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Where do they spend the money from? Yeshivas are hardly suffering. There's Jewish poor people starving, and somebody's spending hundreds of millions of dollars advertising for Jews to go to Israel. It's Christian money, for sure. It's Goyish money.
There's an agenda behind it.
Of course it's agenda, 100%. Now, but here you see that it's not so easy. So, let's just pick up and go. It's not so easy. Hashem sent us out to Galut, and Hashem, hopefully, all our lives we will do Kiddush Hashem. That's the main thing. Jews are supposed to live by example. They're supposed to live in this world, to behave in certain ways, and Bezat Hashem will. Now, with that said, we will discuss it today. Mitzvah number 445, eating Bechorot. A Bechor animal that's born to an individual, a cow or a sheep or a goat, those are kosher from Mizbeach. They have to be brought into the Beit HaMikdash, and they have to be eaten there in Beit HaMikdash, in Yerushalayim. Mitzvah number 446 we'll be discussing. It's a prohibition, I guess, for Kohanim. This is going to specifically, this mitzvah is shaykh to Kohanim, because Kohanim eat the chatat. They eat from the guilt offering and the sin offering. Those are the Kohanim, and that's a mitzvah, as we said earlier. The Kohen must eat from this in order for the sin to be forgiven, and if a Kohen doesn't eat it, it's not forgiven it. It's not forgiven. As we said, it's kedai to bribe the Kohanim a little bit. So when Mashiach comes, right away we're going to be first in line for all our sin offerings. Hashem should protect us from any sin. Mitzvah number 445. The mitzvot are sponsored לרפואה שלמה לכל החולי עמו ישראל בכללם, לחיה בת לאה, ליאור בן אהובה, ליבי בת רחלי, יוסף בן מרים, משה בן מרים לידיה, יהוד בן יוסף, יהוד בן יוסף, רפואה שלמה. Reuben ben Liri, he doesn't hear. Okay, let's go. Mitzvah like this. Reuben Shmat, Emil ben Yaakov Golda. Okay. שלא לא יכול הכהן הבכור טעמים חוץ לירושלים. Oh, so this mitzvah is also for Kohanim, right? But that if it's a bechor tamim, you have like this. We'll see right now that there is some leeways for firstborns to be eaten outside, and we'll see what's going on. But specifically, if a person had a baby boy, specifically, it has to be a male, a cow, a sheep, or a goat, he must bring it to Yerushalayim. And the Kohen is not allowed to eat from it outside of Yerushalayim. So too, no one is allowed to eat from the Bechor, even in Yerushalayim, if it's not a Kohen. כי המצווה בו שיכלוהו הכהנים משרתי השם מן הטעם שכתבתי בסדר בו אל פרעה הסבב בסימן ט' מצווה י"ח. So this mitzvah of a Bechor, as it says over there, HaKadosh Baruch Hu granted this special privilege for the Kohanim who are servants of Hashem, who are to cut over the Bechorah, who are mamash, or technically speaking, originally, what was the whole point of Yaakov and Esav, the Machloket? What was the fight between Yaakov and Esav? The Yaakov says, Lo ra'ui bechor zeh. What did Yaakov Avinu buy from him, the Bechorah? Why did he take away the Bechorah from Esav? Obviously, through whatever, there was a business transaction. The whole purpose was because it cannot be this Bechor serving in Beit HaMikdash. Right? As I already explained many times, that was the reason why Hashem took us out of Egypt. Why? Because we started early, 220 years early, before due time. Why? Because the Jewish people started to crying, we want to go to Beit HaMikdash to serve you. That was the whole thing. In the Pasukim, I learned it out in the Pasukim over there. The nation was crying specifically. By the way, today, Hashem is going to take us out from this Golus. If we're going to cry to Hashem, help us not to hurt each other. This is my belief. This is my strong belief. I already compiled the prayer as such, and I published it in many places. Mazik lishum Yehudi klal. I should never witness a Jew hurting a Jew another way, or for humans, or goyim. Same thing. This is what we have to pray for. If we sincerely pray to Hashem and we try our best not to hurt others, I believe the redemption will happen instantly without any delay. So to over here, what happens? This so the Bechorim were supposed to be serving in Beit HaMikdash. So who took over when the Bechorim, when Am Yisrael did the sin of Egel? The grave sin of the calf. It's like sinning, right? A kala just went through a chuppah. Am Yisrael went through a chuppah with Hashem, getting married. And the kala, instead of going to the bedroom with her husband, she goes with his, what's his name? But not even his friend. With whom? She goes with a janitor from the side over there. What does Hashem do? It's amazing. It says over there that Abraham Avinu gave away the witchcraft to his other sons. So we explained over there which witchcraft, what's going on, what witchcraft. No, it's not that to practice witchcraft, it's how to protect themselves from witchcraft. That was the whole purpose. So over here, the Bechorim, Am Yisrael, knew of witchcraft. This was witchcraft. It was 100% witchcraft. All of a sudden, they throw gold into the fire, and comes out, Nadav, hello. No, he doesn't hear. Yeah. Nadav, מה קרה? בוא לפה, yeah, בחוץ. Anyway, so what happened? So it was a witchcraft. Somebody threw in something into the fire where all the gold was mixed in, and it came out of this egel. Came out this little young bull, right? So you see, it was witchcraft. That's what it is, unfortunately. But the Jewish people knew of all this witchcraft, and unfortunately, they used it against Hashem. Hashem, now you lost the Bechorah. You lost the Bechorah. Who's going to be serving the Mikdash? Only the Kohanim. So now the Kohanim have this special privilege that every Jew is going to come to Beit HaMikdash if he wants to be forgiven for his sins. Remember, what is a sin? A sin is a dark cloud over us. You know those dark clouds over, just the rain coming on somebody's head all the time? That's us. That's us when we do sins. We have this dark cloud over us, and the best way to remove the dark cloud is you bring this little shepela, you bring a goat, and all you environmentalists, you sinned on the goat has to be shechted. Yes, the goat was created for it to be shechted, so I don't have to be hurt. That's right. Hashem foresaw that if I do sins, and I am the main reason why the world was created. Yes, I'm a human, and I'm the main reason why Hashem created this whole world. And yes, those goats are here to serve us, to make sure that we're going to be remorseful when the animal is being shechted. As the animal's blood spurts out from his neck, we're going to see that right in front of us. It's done right in front of us, and it makes us feel more remorseful. Makes me feel, breaks my soul, breaks my heart, and breaks my main thing. Ga'ava. The main thing is there's no sin in this world unless a person has only too much pride. So we look at that animal, that very nice animal, that peaceful animal, a goat. He didn't hurt anybody. Maybe he did sometime, but maybe someone not. He's too young still to hurt somebody. We take it and we shechted them. There was blood flowing all over. Yes, if this was supposed to be me, and I'm supposed to do tshuva. Same thing over here. A Bechor was given to, this is the Mitzvah 446, discussing about the sin offering for the Kohanim. Now we're talking about 445, specifically the Bechor. The Hashem took the firstborn. A little bit, what did he do? Nothing. You know what he did? Nothing. Specifically, and we take this Bechor and we give it to the Kohanim. Why? To call Zeneimar, it says over there in Sefer Devarim, chapter 12, Pasuk Yud Zayin, Lo tuchal lechol b'sharecha, over you're not allowed to eat in your gates the Bechorot, Bekorcha v'tzoncha. You're not allowed to eat in your gates the oxen, the young bulls, and shipala. Velashon sifri, or sheep or goat. וספרי ובכורות, זה הבכור. לא בא הכתוב אלא לזכר שאכל בכור בין לפני זריקת דמים, בין לאחר זריקה שעובר בלא תעשה. The whole point over here is to tell you that if chas v'shalom a person eats a bechor even before the completion of the service, also is prohibited, right? There's completion of the services, shechting, the blood spraying, the blood and spraying it in the mikdash and the mizbeach, sorry. ואין הכוונה שלא ללמד הכתוב זולתי עניין זה, אבל יאמר שזו בכלל עליו הזה, ונמצא שכלולים בו שני העניינים שזכרנו, מניעת הזר מאכול הבכור טעמים, בשום מקום. מניעת הכהן כמו כן מלאכול אותו חוץ מירושלים. שני העניינים תלויים בבכור טעמים. Okay, so it's that you might think it's two different mitzvot over here. What was the problem? The problem is the kohen is not allowed to eat from the bechor outside of Yerushalayim, right? A regular Jew is not allowed to eat from the bechor even in Yerushalayim. But it's a one avera. Don't touch the bechor. Only people who are allowed to eat the bechor are the kohanim. Because again, we gave them that special honor because we lost the bechorah. We lost the bechorah by doing the sin of the egel. ושם בסדר בא אל פועל פרעה, כתבתי מצוות הבכור, באיזה זמן ובאיזה מקום נוהגת. We already told you that the mitzvah of bechor is only in Yerushalayim, in Beit HaMikdash, when all the Jews are gathered in one place. וחילוק הדעות לרבותיי ישמרם אל בעניין הבכור בזמן הזה. Okay, what about today? There's a whole big machloket today. What do you do with the bechor? Actually, today bechor has the kedusha, it still has the kedusha. And you're not allowed to use it. Not allowed to use it. Not allowed to use it. A cow, a bull was born, and a sheep was born, and a goat. And you know this is the bechor. So what do you do with it? So that they let it get damaged. Okay, let it get hurt, whatever it is. Let's get a mum, then there's going to be some hitrim. V'sham beseder ba el paro. Okay. ובטעם היותו נאכל בירושלים, אין צורך להאריך, כי הוא מכלל הקדושים. Now, the reason why it has to be eaten in Yerushalayim, the rabbi says, it's because it's one of the kedoshim, כמו שבא במשנה בזבחים, פרק A. It's already explained with it. הבכור, במעשר, והפסח הקדושים, קלים, all those things are eaten in Yerushalayim. כבר התרתי דבריה בכמה מקומות. אוקיי, בתום אכילת הקדושים. Now, מדיני המצווה מהוד הזר אצל אכילת הבכור. The description of the particulars of the mitzvah is that anybody who is this person that not allowed to eat the bechor, the hamumin apasulim bo. What about the kohen who has blemishes? If that he's a pasul, v'zman achilato, and also the time that it has to be eaten. Akol mevuar b'masechta bechorot. Everything is discussed in the Gemara with the masechta bechorot, chapters 4 and 7. ומקומות אחרים מקודשים קצת מדיני אלו. וכהן האומר על זה, ואכל כזית ובכור הטעמים חוץ לירושלים, וכן ישראל בכל מקום חייב מלכות. If any Kohen ate 27 grams or more, or a Jew outside Yerushalayim, or a Jew anytime touched from the Bechor, which again, the Bechor was shlemut, meaning he didn't have any blemishes, he didn't have nothing, and he will be get lashes if he ate 27 grams of it anywhere in the world. Mitzvah 446, quickly. שלא לאכול בשר הטעת והאשם חוץ לקלעים ואפילו הכהנים. שלא לאכול בבשר הטעם חטאת והאשם ואפילו הכהנים חוץ לקלעים, לקלעים, ופירושו בעל הקבלה שיסור זה הוא בכלל לא תוכל לאכול בבשריך. Oh, so over there it says also the same thing, that if you have a sin offering, it cannot be eaten in your gates. Okay, as it says over there in the pasuk, דברים, same thing, pasuk 12, פרק 12, chapter 12, pasuk 17, שכן אמרו זכרונם לברכה. Over there it also says, בקורך בצונך. Our sages explain, לא בא הכתוב, אלא לאוכל החטאת והאשם חוץ לקלעים שהוא עובר בלא תעשה. So again, the prohibition is eating from the sin offering, of the guilt offering, outside of Yerushalayim, outside of Beit HaMikdash, sorry. that would be, this is the prohibition. כמו כן, אוכל קודשים קלים חוץ לחומה בכל איסור זה. בכלל איסור זה. If any other holy meats that cannot be eaten outside of the Mikdash are also included in this prohibition, כמו שבא בגמרא במכות, as it says over there in מסכת מכות, page 17, first, שאמרו שם שכל האוכל דבר חוץ למקום אחרתו לא תוכל לאכול בשעריך קרין הבית. So as it says over there in the Gemara specifically, if anybody who eats things that are not allowed that from its designated place is transgressing this prohibition. ואמרם זיכרונו לברכה, לא בא כתוב אלא לזה, הכוונה לומר שגם זה בכלל. So the sages, they explain to us that this is also, this mitzvah of sin offering must be eaten inside the Mikdash, inside the walls of the Mikdash, obviously. We're not talking about inside, but inside the walls where the Kohanim eat, and that's where it's supposed to be eaten and not taken out. Meshusha mitzvah, what's the purpose of this mitzvah? לאכול כל קורבן במקום מיוחד כדי שיכוונו לבם לאוכלם על הכפרה שנאכלים בשבילה. Again, we said that the sin offering that's the ultimate forgiveness. The guy has a black cloud over him. Now, the way to forgive him is by Kohen eating from that meat. And kazait, at least 27 grams. Now, and the rabbi says, what's the purpose of this? Why do we do that? It's because we don't want Kohanim to have any other thoughts when they are eating this. Meaning, if they come out of the Beit HaMikdash, they see their wives, they see their children. It's already a different world. They're eating it. They're going to be eating it not so with intention, proper intentions. So in order to prevent that, Hashem says, no, eat it inside the Beit HaMikdash. Okay, many people think the Torah is very complicated. The easiest thing, the softest thing, much delicious, more than delicious than honey. The simplest thing is the Torah. And many people like to make it hard, make it more difficult. It's not at all. Torah is so simple. Everything is simple about it. Yeah, look at this. Why shouldn't I eat outside of the Mikdash? We don't want you to think of anything else. Finished. The case closed. Kohanim אוכלים ובעלים הם מתכפרים, and it says over there in Pesachim, page 59, Amud Bet, that the people, the Kohanim, eat from it, and now finally comes the atonement for the יאכלום במקומות אחרים, יסיחו כמדם מן העניין, ידוע דבר זה וברור. If the Kohanim were allowed to be eaten somewhere else, they're going to forget it, they're not going to have the right intention for the forgiveness. As we say, that was the machloket between the Kohanim of the generation of Eli HaKohen and Shmuel HaNavi. He came in there and he put them in place. What was this? What was the point? That the Kohanim misunderstood that what? They misunderstood that the Korban shechting could be done only by Kohen, they said. Shmuel HaKohen says no, Shmuel HaNavi says no, shechting could be done by anybody. And that's halacha. Look at halacha. Shchita is kshera alidei anybody. Anybody comes and does shchita properly, as long as they did it properly, it's kosher. Even women, not a problem. So Shmuel HaNavi says shchita has to be done by anybody. What's the purpose? What was the whole point? What bothered Shmuel HaNavi? Because they had to wait for Kohanim, and that took time. If they had a designated Kohen who did the shchita. So now, if you do that, you have 1,000 people waiting. Just how long is it going to take? 1,000 people waiting. Everybody does shchita. Take the blood and give it to Kohanim. To what's his name? So Shmuel HaNavi knew the problem, knew that it causes delay, and that's going to cause future problems, as we see, as we already learned before, that caused a lot of problems, this delay. So Shmuel HaNavi came and stopped it, because the whole point is to have an atonement for the sinner. So what are you delaying it? So all the rules in this mitzvah are mentioned in Gemara Zvachim Zadachem. ונוהג איסור זה בכל מקום ובכל זמן, שאפילו המקדשים המקדיש היום חטאת ואשם ועברו ובכל מהם אפילו הכהנים כזית חייבים למלכות בזה עליו. Now today if somebody, chas v'shalom, designated an animal, he says, oh, I sinned, and you know what, the Torah tells me I should bring a goat. So now he takes a goat, and he says, this goat is going to be the chatat. This is going to, chas v'shalom, he did that. Wow. Somebody ate from it. It's going to have malkut, chas v'shalom, you're going to get punished for this. מלבד האיסור שהוא בנהנה מן הקודש ההקדש. There's so many problems with this. Today, you're not allowed to sanctify any animals. And there are some communities, for some reason, they have this concept. They buy a house, they build a house, they have to do korban, chas v'shalom. All these things are very distant from the Jewish religion, and stay away from it. We're not allowed to do any korbanot chutz לבית המקדש. במהרה יבוא משיח צדקנו ויבנה בית מקדשנו, and we're going to make a lot of korbanot then, B'ezrat Hashem. And have a wonderful day, make a lot of money without any difficulty, B'ezrat Hashem.